Hopefully it wasn't a fatal shot by him, and hopefully it'll be alright, but I guess that happens. Looks like bugs in the street under this tree. I think I'm gonna set him right in there. Just keep moving. Although I might try to find a different spot, but I think that would work because it has a really good backdrop. We'll see. Alright, we're gonna see if this works. I'm gonna look at the footage once this is over and see how well concealed I am. But probably give it a shot. Set up now. I don't have quite as good of a feeling about this as I did before it came out, and it's mainly just because I saw that other hunter. But I keep reminding myself that it doesn't really matter. He's not going to affect the wind much at all because it's a southwest wind, so he shouldn't be hurting anything there. And I keep reminding myself that this should be a good spot for bucks to cruise, and it's Halloween, so because there's a major scrape line going like this, and then a scrape line going like this, and there's that major bedding area that is upwind of this trail. So there's also two creek crossings, major creek crossing here. So I have to keep reminding myself that it's a good plan, but still can't help but wish I was back in my other spot that I know should be good, but it really wasn't a good wind for that. So hopefully I made the right decision. There's probably about 2 or a little over 2 hours of shooting light left. So we'll see what happens. We'll sit here till dark. Probably got a half hour of shooting light left. I think I'm gonna hit the horns together here next time the wind dies down. I question whether I should do it on public land and stuff, but I'll give it a go. Try to be as realistic as I can, but I might as well use them. I packed in the biggest set of horns I could find, just because that was the ones I had close when I was walking out the door, so I don't know, give it a shot. Go down. Oh my god, that was a huge buck. Oh shit. Oh my god, that was huge. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope he's dead. Oh my gosh. That might be the biggest buck I've ever freaking seen. I hope I got him. I hope I got him. Lord, please. Please make that a good shot. Oh, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity. That is the biggest buck I've ever shot at. And I didn't hear him go up. He might be laying right over there. I saw something moving over there, and I thought it was just a freaking twig swaying. I didn't range it. I hope it was only 20 yards. If it was 20 yards, it's a dead deer. It's a dead freaking deer. If it was farther than 20, I would have hit low. I hope I didn't mess that up. It felt good. It felt really good. That's a huge buck. Oh my word. That may have been doubles. It was certainly the frame of doubles, but I barely got a good look at him. Hopefully the footage was good. I gotta give him some time. If he's down right over there. With the new moon rising on this unforgettable Halloween night, I decided to give the buck a full 45 minutes before even getting out of my chair. This wait was made easy with me reviewing the shot and calling friends and family telling them about the exciting news. With reassured confidence after seeing the plentiful blood trail, I go back to the parking lot to get a few friends. Hey guys, so I got a couple buddies out here to help me track him, and I shot him about 75 yards that way, and I found some good blood immediately. I didn't find my arrow, so I didn't know if I got a pass through or if it stopped in him, because I know he was courting to me just a little bit. And I started following the blood trail, and then went and got my buddies and came back down here, and we started following the blood trail. Easy blood trail to follow, gushing blood everywhere, and we come up on him. So show him, Jack. This deer is a hog. Look at this buck, dude. This buck is awesome. It's gonna be hard to appreciate the body size without being here, but it is by far the biggest body deer I've ever seen. He's huge. It's gonna be a rough drag out of here. We got about a 500-yard drag out up a little hill. So, oh, what a good night. This buck is awesome. I'm gonna try to get some good pictures. Man, I think I got a pass through. Looks like I got an exit hole. Yeah, it exited. Looks like it went through some pretty big bone, and it went in. Oh, it's heavy. Oh man, that's good penetration. Went right in the knuckle. That's sweet. Oh, what a giant. Public land Iowa giant. Halloween night. Ah, oh, sweet. Alright guys, it's November 1st here on the public ground. I decided to just come back out today, and I was gonna look for my arrow, and I was gonna show you guys blood trail and just wrap up this video, but I got out here, I looked for my arrow a bit. I couldn't find it, and there's actually a guy hunting about 100 yards from where I was looking, so I didn't want to make this kind of short. Don't want to mess up his hunt too bad. Don't want to be rude. Anyway, this is the tree that I shot him at last night, and you know, you saw in the video I was just hunkered down in there but I had that chair sitting out, and it was almost dark. You heard me do that rattling sequence, and it had been about 20, maybe 25 minutes after that, probably closer to 25, and I had just been standing up because my legs were hurting from sitting in that tiny chair, and I was just looking around. I was kind of kicking myself, to be totally honest, because I thought, I made a bad choice choosing this spot. I'm not going to see any deer, but it wasn't 5 minutes later, and I was still standing there, and I looked over this way, over there, and I caught some movement, and I looked at it, and it was kind of dark, so I could just see something move over there, and I'm like, oh, it's just a tree moving. I was like, yeah, it's just a tree moving in the brush, and I looked away for a couple minutes, and I was scanning, and then I caught some movement again over there, and all of a sudden, this huge freaking buck pops out of the woods right there, and he's only 35 yards at that point. I'm standing up, and from that position I couldn't shoot standing up, and so I slowly sat down, and I was trying to calm myself. I knew he was big. He just had a huge frame. I didn't really pick out what he was, but I knew he was big, and he kept coming, and I knew I was gonna probably have to shoot him right there where I ended up shooting him, because if I wouldn't have shot him right there, I think he was gonna go and follow this like open area up that way, and I don't think he was gonna come in right here. So I mean, he might have, but I decided to take him there, and ended up getting drawn back, and the camera was on him, and he didn't see me draw. He was just sitting on the ground, and drew it nice and slow, and got drawn back, and at that point I knew I should be good, so I was trying to adjust for the shot, and he heard something. I saw him go on alert and look at me, but I could just barely see my pin, and I knew where it had to be, so I thought he was quartering to me a little bit more than he was. Reviewing it, he was quartering just a tiny bit, but I put it a third of the way up the body and right on his front shoulder, because I knew if he was on alert, so I thought he was going to duck a little bit, which kind of looks like he tried to, but my arrow was there too fast, and that's exactly where I hit. He got hit, whirled, about fell over, and ran through some of the thickest stuff you can imagine, and I thought I heard him crash, because I never heard him move from that final position. But man, I went on a roller coaster of emotions. That was crazy. That was a crazy night, and I had myself talked into it was too low, or I heard him walk, because there were deer walking around everywhere. In fact, I was calling my dad after the shot, and another shooter walked in from that open area right there and stopped under that tree and started making a scrape. And he was not as big as the one I shot, but I could have shot him as well. And so it was just a great night. And then after that, I heard a deer walking across the creek, and I was praying that it wasn't my buck, and then I got all nervous and stuff, and it started grunting and it ran across the creek over toward my buck, and then I got nervous then too, because I knew it wasn't him, but I knew if he found the buck, he'd start harassing him. If he was still alive, he could push him. To kill a giant 8 like that, just huge framed 8, symmetrical, it's just outstanding, and from the ground, no tree stand, self-filmed. The odds were definitely in my favor. I thank the Lord for that wonderful night. Gotta give a special thanks to our sponsors, Athens Archery, for building a great bow. It went through the thick part of his shoulder, and I think I got a complete pass through, because I never found the arrow on the blood trail, and I got 2 holes, so it went clean through him. Really powerful bow. That's why we shoot a 70-pound setup and a really heavy arrow with a sharp 2-blade broadhead, so that if you hit him a little forward like that, you don't really have to worry about it. I was worried just because that's bow hunting for you, but I didn't have to, because he was down in seriously about 50 yards, so he was dead in seconds. I also have to thank Last Chance Archery for the equipment, tuning our bows. Another big thing about penetration is having perfect arrow flight. It's really big on getting the maximum penetration out of your bow, so without those tools we couldn't do that. I also have to thank my good friend Jack. and his friend Jack that came out here and helped me get this beast out of here. I severely underestimated the drag out of this deer. This deer literally had the biggest body I had ever seen, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. His live weight had to be close to 300 pounds. He was a monster of a deer. So, I mean, definitely mature, probably 5.5 or 6.5-year-old deer. I'm still in shock, but this is so awesome. But without those guys, I couldn't have gotten him out of here. It was about a half-mile drag out. Now looking back at it, it took us 3 hours to get him out of here because he was just a heavy buck, and it's uphill for quite a ways over that way. But we finally got him out, and got home at about 1 o'clock last night. But wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm happy I got to share it with you guys, and I think it was a pretty good video. It was a little dark, but it'll have to work. And I'm really like self-filming my hunts and stuff, because, you know, in a year from now I'll be able to click on this video and watch it and just relive all the emotions. I think this will be going in the Quest for Doubles series, simply because I'm not done hunting doubles. My friend Jack is gonna be hunting this place too, and I'm gonna be filming for him. You know, doubles is still out here, so I'll be out there with him, filming him. He said he's okay with that, so we're gonna see if I can film him kill doubles. That'd be great. I'll cherish 2016 Halloween forever. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, make sure you subscribe and share and hit the thumbs up button to see us grow. Thanks.